Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Azar Madhani, and as always, I'm joined by the wonderful Tommy Sondy.
That's me.
And the magisterial Tony O.
Morning, boys. That reminds me, did you go and check? I can't remember what last week was now.
I have completely forgotten. I don't remember what episode you said I repeated stuff on. I did completely slip my mind.
Yeah.
Episode 7.
Might have to go back and listen to last week's pod to figure out what episode it was.
I was going to say Magisterial seems like one that I've heard.
It's you're thinking of Ray Hudson. I'm channeling my inner Ray Hudson.
Hey, what happened to Ray Hudson?
I have no idea. Retired.
He's probably still commenting on La Liga.
No, he's
left
not.
with Messi.
Maybe he's Saudi league now. Maybe he's commentating on the Saudi league.
He used to always do the,
No. He will have moved over to MLS. He has to follow Messi around.
Yes, I'm thinking maybe he is at MLS. I kind of miss his crazy comments and during games for whenever you watch Messi.
He was not a good commentator.
I know, but like
terrible.
he said something so crazy and weird that sometimes it was funny. Yeah, but okay.
God, speaking of bad commentators, like listening to Jim Beglin on Fubo just is an upsetting experience every time. He's terrible.
What game was he on this weekend? Do you remember?
He was on the United one, and he was just grating the entire time.
I don't think
sometimes you can really tell what club player played for when they moved to the booth, and you can tell he played for Liverpool. It's just so bad.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think there are any good English commentators. Like these days, like what's his name is a bit poetic.
I like Peter Drury.
Peter
right?
Drury, yeah, but I
like Drury, but like it's the lead commentators are mostly fine. The color commentators are terrible.
To be fair, I like Andy Townsend, but I just think most of them, they have an idea in their heads and they just bring that narrative to the games. And it's like, just shut up and let me watch the game. Stop giving me this opinion you have. Like, let me see what's happening. Because if you're listening on commentary and then you actually watch the game afterwards, it's usually very different from what they've been saying. But anyway. It is what it is.
Just look at their opinions usually on calls. You know, when it comes to crucial calls, they're usually way off.
Yeah. But I don't know. Anyway.
Hey, but speaking of commentators, that's I know we'll get to it, but that Garnacho goal, if you watch it with the French commentators, it is the best.
That's the thing. French, Spanish, like
Arabic commentators.
Arabic commentators are good. Yeah, that's true excitement, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like,
they do it justice. That's
they
the thing.
do, yeah. Jury's commentary
and
was fine.
For the love of God, someone make Martin Tyler retire. Please. That man has been soulless for about 6-7 years now. He's done.
Yeah, he was very much a partnership with Andy Gray. Since Gray's, been exiled, I don't think we've been seeing the best of Tyler. So, yeah.
Terrible. Speaking of terrible, let's get into the football. Man City won, Liverpool won. This game sucked. God, I woke up at 7:30 a.m. on a Saturday to watch this game.
That's on you. Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't either.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a fantastic goal from Alexander Arnold to tie this one up late on. But outside of that moment, just a distinct lack of quality, which is unexpected in a game between these two teams.
I think...
go.
No, I think City loved this game. Pep loved this game, outside of the equalizer. Because I feel
you saw him after the game against Chelsea. He was
exactly. I was just about to say,
he had control here.
That game against Chelsea, he hated it because it's just basketball back and forth. This is very much what Pep was going for. It's just they didn't execute in the box. They had a lot of chances. Liverpool were not good in this game, except in fleeting moments. But hey, it's a big result. It stopped City getting 24 wins in a row at home, I think.
Really?
Yeah, that is crazy. That's
unreal.
I don't even know. That's almost a whole half. Yeah, that's more than half a season. More than a whole season at home, which is nuts.
A whole season's worth of like home games. Yeah.
That's crazy. Because over 19 games.
And then we praise Villa for what is Villa on, like 13 and stuff like that. And like, that's amazing. And then you look at like City, that's wild. Thank you, Liverpool, for doing that.
Yeah.
Now I was gonna say, like, whenever there's international break and those first week of you're back, you're always at risk for this. You know what I mean? Guys on flights, not much training time, and you're doing they're the early fixture, right? So it's a good high probability that these guys are just not gonna be 100% there.
It's terrible scheduling. Yeah. It's terrible scheduling to put this as the first game. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah. Klopp, he's had a few of these games. He's not happy. Feels like Liverpool are always the 12:30 kickoff after the international break, but he'll be happy with this result. Gives us the illusion that there's a title race. Let's put it like that.
You know what? It keeps everything very nice and tight at the top. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what we want at this point. You know, at least let us hope.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. With Liverpool, it's like, I think we're all on the same page. Where it's like they will eventually drop off, right? That's what I'm like for sure. They're not going to keep up with Arsenal and City, right? Arsenal.
No, we're not with that. We're not with that.
Yeah, no, I think they might actually.
I think Liverpool will be there.
Like they've got the firepower.
I think their defense will stop them winning the league, but until I see City eventually go into turbo mode, they're very much in it. Yeah,
for me, I see Liverpool's like, go on.
I think Arsenal and Liverpool will be very close. I think it will be very close. I think Liverpool have a lot of firepower in attack, whereas Arsenal's attack is not firing, and I think we need a forward. But Liverpool's defense is, they can concede at any moment, and Arsenal's defense is pretty good. So, and then City is City. They're just good attack, good defense.
But that's the thing with the defense, they can concede at any moment.
I'm with you.
It's going to stop. You know what I mean? Like,
so that's the thing. Like, well, they managed to push City how far? Like to 90-something points.
That was a different team, though. That was a different team.
Yeah, but I was just saying it was a team that was also constructed in a way where their attack was fantastic, but their defense was suspect.
I don't think their defense was suspect that year.
Was it not?
No, I don't think so.
Did they not push City back when they had like Mignolet and those guys?
No,
or am I misremembering?
You are misremembering. They reached the Champions League final.
Yeah,
but in the league, they didn't have the consistency in the league. Then they signed Van Dijk in January, and then Alisson the next in the summer, and then the next season they won the league.
The next season is when
they won the league. The next season, they won the They won the Champions League. I don't know.
They won the Champions League the next season.
They won the Champions League the next season, and they won the league the year after. So Van Dijk was very much...
I am misremembering then. But I do agree with Tony where, like, Liverpool will be hovering around Arsenal.
Yeah.
Most, if not all of the season. Barring, like, injuries on either side.
Well, what about when AFCON happens and Salah's gone for a while? What are they going to do? Is this going to be the same sort of firepower that they have as that time? Because he's instrumental.
We see what happens with Nunez, and we sit back and we enjoy the show.
Who do they play on the right side if one Salah's gone?
Jota, man, they will figure it out. When have you ever known Liverpool to not score goals? Since Klopp's been there. Even when they had Adam Lallana and all those random folk up there, they were scoring goals. Liverpool will score goals. They'll just leak goals too. They don't control games. Right.
I feel like that's when we're going to see a drop off from Liverpool during that time. But we'll see. I'd like them to stay around.
Coming back to this game in particular, they played McAllister as a 6 again. It's just, it doesn't work.
That's not good. That's why they don't have any control of games, because it's so easy to run past him. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have the athleticism to ever be in a one-on-one situation or to cover ground. Liverpool were lucky in this game. They should have, on many occasions, City would be pretty disappointed to not have executed. Foden missed some chances. I think Alisson is very lucky on the disallowed goal. I think,
it's soft, but it's one of those that they'll give it to the keeper sometimes, and it's always just very soft when they do.
I think they look at it and it's like, it's Alisson, it must be a foul. Like when he doesn't get it. But yeah, it's a bit soft to me. But they get given. Yeah.
I mean, probably the most attacking threat carried by anyone was Darwin Nunez at the end of the game going at Pep. Oh, I'd love to know what that was.
I don't
about.
know what. Yeah, he was saying, you like that goal by Trent? Was there some kind of bite during the game between Nunez and?
Well, see, that was one of the things that stood out to me in this game. I was like, no one's fucking flying into a tackle at any point. It's all very respectful.
Yeah.
All very, calm. There's no aggression. And I'm like, all of a sudden you see Nunez going off on Pep. Which I am all for, by the way. Yeah. I want more of that. Nunez, not enough chaos on the field. Is like, fuck it, I'll bring it at full time. Box office. Love this man.
Yeah, Klopp was just laughing, right? The whole time. It's great to see. I like, it's just, bring more of that sort of maybe it's just trying to instill that rivalry again.
I don't like the rivalry, man. It's too... Everyone's
rivalry sucks, though.
Yeah, Van Dijk and De Bruyne are friends. Everybody's buddy, but I'm like, you guys should want to kill each other when you're competing on the field, and it's like, oh, I respect you. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. It's like, no, stop this.
Pep and Klopp don't go at each other enough in the press for me to respect the rivalry.
Yeah.
Oh, I want more heat, some more spice.
We want more Tuchel versus Conte. That's what we want.
Yes,
yeah, exactly. I was thinking Chelsea.
Tuchel versus Conte was a better rivalry.
It's the most recent
10 seconds we had of them.
We actually just, we missed out on what could have been more of that when they both got sacked. Yeah.
That was only last season.
I know. It felt like ages ago.
Where's Conte? Where is
He's not working.
He's not working.
Counting his money.
Yeah,
counting his money.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Counting his money? Nah.
He'll be in Saudi.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He'll go there for a season, make bang. Yeah. Might pop up at Juve if they ever move on from Allegri.
Might come up, pop up at United. But,
Please no. don't wish this on me, man. I've not suffered enough. Speaking of suffering, let's move on. Newcastle 4, Chelsea 1. Tommy. You were, did I remind you how much you have been talking shit in the 2 weeks where Chelsea weren't a basket case?
I was not talking shit. I had to watch Poland for those 2 weeks. I was not talking any shit. I'll tell you that for sure.
Fair point. Yeah.
Just quick, speaking of Poland, did you guys see the playoffs? Did you see the playoff route? We're in it.
I saw that you were in it. Who were you playing?
Estonia, and then the winner of Wales and
Ukraine.
And Finland. Because Ukraine.
Is it not? Ukraine are on the other side.
So
okay.
Now I have.
If you don't qualify from that, we
easily can lose to Wales.
There's
what about
Wales are not good. It's not. No, this is not the same Wales from the last few years. They've lost a lot of players.
I hate that they've given me hope now. I have to. Anyways, there's that. This performance.
Hey, Pakistan lost 6-1 to Tajikistan, so we're fucked.
Shoot, 6-1. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. But let's refocus. Newcastle, Chelsea.
This is it honestly I don't want to, compare to how dull the City and Liverpool game was. These players didn't show up. Newcastle players showed up. They were ready to fight. And you think about this is you give them at that home crowd anything to feed upon, you will get punished.
Yeah,
and it would be hard to stop it. And we had that spell in the second half where we conceded and then boom, right away conceded again. That Thiago Silva, whatever he was doing.
Like a FIFA. It was like a FIFA goal. It's just you concede one and straight away. Joelinton, he should have scored one in the first half when Sanchez. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, that free header. He glanced it wide, but Jesus, he just thumped that finish after dispossessing.
There's some pent up anger.
Yeah, he's an angry man.
He's
an angry man.
Like, all right.
Yeah, Bruno in that midfield.
This is a man who needs therapy.
Yeah, Bruno in that midfield.
He needs some anger management classes.
He suffered for Brazil. He plays for Brazil, right? He starts, I believe, right?
Yeah, they both do.
So, like, yeah.
They all do. Silva. Yeah. Wait, the Silva still... He doesn't play for Brazil anymore, no. So what's his excuse? Like, what happened?
He's old, Tony. He's 39.
Oh, we can't start saying
he's old. Someone forgot to charge his
controller.
Now.
Yeah. Guy was
didn't charge his controller over the international break. He kept playing.
You saw the drag he tried in the first half, where he tried that drag pass down the line to Reece James, and he just falls over and gives away a
knocks
corner.
Him for a corner, right?
Yeah,
I saw that. Speaking of Reece James, that's our captain right there, making the stupidest challenges and getting himself carded.
I saw a stat this week that Reece James has not played 3 games in a row since 2020.
I believe it.
Do you know how crazy that is?
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Either not.
It's usually
even Rafael Varane manages 3 games in a row sometimes.
He's been exiled, huh? I hear
he has been exiled.
Oh boy.
You guys are hilarious. Yeah.
We will get to that.
So I mean, I pick on Reece James. Like he didn't have a good game. Cucurella was lost after, I don't know.
What the hell was he doing on the first goal?
Oh yeah.
He's so
hanging
deep.
Around.
Yeah, he's just watching the game.
Yeah.
And then he's raising his hand like offside. It's like,
hey, man, you have to appreciate a guy. You have to appreciate a guy who recognizes he has front row seats and just takes it all in, right?
Cucurella, Silva, James, just terrible.
Bro,
games,
you can list the entire team, everyone other than Sterling.
Yeah. What a free kick, by the way. Beautiful.
Fuck me, I didn't know he had that.
I didn't either.
I don't think I've seen him take a free kick before.
Lovely slap technique.
He got that up and down.
It was a Drogba technique.
You know what's insane? Is they took him off the next free kick that came up. They let Reece James take it.
I agree with that. He's not doing that twice in a row.
No.
Yeah.
You gotta let him take one more. If the guy scores that, he deserves to take one more.
Sterling has never taken another free kick. Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
He's finishing
on that. You need to keep him on that.
The thing with Chelsea is remember how happy I was with the 4-4 against City, right? And then next week you get pounced. This has been our season. You know what I mean? It's like you have this game where season's over, and then next week or the week after we have a great performance. Like, hey, we're back, and then
we're so
back. We're done.
It's back in 10th place.
It's just so up and down. There's you know what? I don't know who we play next week, but I'm sure it's going to be maybe it's going to be a good performance, and I'm like, you know what? Chelsea look good again, and then we're going to play.
You're at home to Brighton next week,
and then United. Yeah, so it's gonna, we're gonna play well against Brighton, and then we're gonna get pounced.
Tell you what, I'm okay with this.
I saw another. Usually it will be the reverse. You lose to Brighton, and then beat United.
Yeah, you take. Well, no, they're taking points off the good teams, and we're not a good team.
No, United is usually
nil. You're kind of a good team now, yeah.
United's always a draw. Yeah.
I saw another stat, by the way. Enzo Fernandez has never been higher than 10th in the Premier League. So, there's that.
Hey, there was the start of the season where everyone was listed by alphabetical order. I think it was like 4th or 5th.
Does that count? Do we count those? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, why not? He should.
Consider your stat disproved, Tony.
Hey, I didn't make it up. Yeah, I just read the facts.
But
what do you think of Enzo? Honestly,
I love him. He's a great player. Let's be honest.
Tony, if you look in Tommy's eyes right now, there is no feeling. He doesn't feel anything about Enzo.
He's reading a sheet, yeah. He just had that answer prepared.
Pre-made.
Tommy, blink twice if you need to be saved from Chelsea.
Who knows Morse code?
Someone go get him.
Morse code here?
I know SOS. That's about it.
No, honestly, he's a fantastic player, but he lacks a bit of, I think, creativity in this game.
If he's a fantastic player, okay. Do you rate Caicedo? Because I don't understand how you guys struggle to control games. Because
I know,
everyone keeps telling me Enzo Fernandez. Bear in mind, this is the most expensive player in Premier League history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone keeps telling me Enzo Fernandez is this amazing midfielder, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, but what do you do? Like, I'm just like, what do you actually do in midfield? I know he can pass the ball, but he doesn't have a killer pass, and I don't think he's very good defensively. Because he was a mess on that first goal as well. He was a mess for a couple of the goals.
I mean, he didn't have a good game. That's also that.
No, but I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, what is he really good at, Enzo?
I mean, he is good at controlling games at his best.
Well, you don't control games.
Because we're not good. Tony, you can't control games if your team is not good.
Well,
if you're not there yet.
But
you're
you have the players
Tony,
who control games.
You're one player.
Okay, so that means you don't rate Caicedo in midfield.
Mean, how many games has he played so far? He's
played all of them.
Did he?
He's played all of them. What do you?
He's not played all of them. We signed him late.
Did he not play? Did he not play this game? No,
he came
signed
in
him
as a sub.
late.
He came in as a sub in this.
I swear, the only game he didn't play was against Liverpool.
No, like we signed him deadline day.
Okay. But that's like 3 games. We're 13 games in.
Yeah, but still, right? And then he was injured, right? So
I don't know,
he hasn't played much. But listen, I understand what you're saying. You see these guys on paper, you're like, these guys are workhorses. They're strong in midfield. You should be dominating midfield. You're right. We haven't done it yet, but we're also not a great team yet. So.
One thing I would like to point out is that whenever Anthony Gordon and Cole Palmer are standing next to each other, I mean, if Brexit could have a face.
Yeah, that's very 1600.
It's very Victorian
England.
orphanage. Yeah.
It's just
Oliver Twist looking asses.
Oliver Twist, Huckleberry Finn, that kind of vibe. Yeah.
I was gonna say for propping Newcastle, Gordon was actually fantastic.
He's having a great
really
season.
Good for them this season.
He's having a great season. Joelinton's been good. Yeah.
I mean, aside from assaulting people a few times a game, like
I feel like Bruno's the actual.
He had a fucking clothesline on someone.
Yeah.
In this game. I can't remember on who, but he just like charged.
They always get away with it.
Newcastle do it.
They always get away with it. Like it's like, oh, it's Newcastle. This is what they do. It's fine. It's not fine, but I don't
it's
know
like
what
that's their style.
That oil money greases some wheels, you know.
I said my piece last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Am I about to take it too far?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. You're already banned in Saudi.
Yeah, probably gotten us banned.
The pod is definitely
in the Middle
banned
East
in
anyway.
Saudi. Sure. We used to have Saudi list.
If we ever get big enough, immediately just no fly list.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Saudi and Qatar, they'll be like, no. You fly here at your own risk.
No.
But let's move on. Brentford 0, Arsenal 1. Tony, late winner from Kai Havertz.
Scores again.
He is.
As the song goes.
He's doing things. He's doing things.
Yeah. Hey, this is his second goal in 3 games. He scored from left back with Germany. So yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I actually like Havertz as a player. I just think mentally the guy he's weak. When everything's okay, like he's not a very aggressive character. You know what I mean? Like
No. This is a man who runs a donkey sanctuary. He is not aggressive.
I did not know this. He runs a donkey sanctuary?
Oh, he loves donkeys. Really? He absolutely loves donkeys. Huh. It's very endearing.
Yeah, it is. I was going to say.
But also explains so a lot about his personality.
Yeah. That goal is exactly why we signed him. That's the funny thing. Like, that far post, that role he plays is supposed to be as a support striker from midfield, right? And
no, that's exactly this is the kind of goal when things were going well for him at Chelsea in the first season or two. Those are the kinds of goals that he was scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear he scored more goals with his head now.
Yeah, the guy's 6'4". Like when I see him whiffing headers, I'm like, dude.
Man, he's 6'4", but he plays like he's 5'8".
No, but he wins so many aerials though. He's actually
Yeah,
really good
but
in the air.
he's the least 6'4" looking 6'4" guy I've ever seen.
He's so skinny.
He's skinny. Yeah.
It's a class. It's that guy where you're just like he plays small.
Yeah.
Like it's more of a thing like that you see in the NFL with receivers when they're catching the ball. You got big receivers who play big, so they use their length, they use their extension. But you got receivers who play small, where they keep everything like that. No, this is not about muscles. This is just about fucking playing within your frame and playing outside of your frame. Kai Havertz plays small, and that's like it's annoying to watch because he has the tools.
Yeah,
like you're 6'4", man, and like you said, he does win his fair share of headers, but he whiffs on so many.
He wins a lot of duels. He's actually having him in the team. You see a lot of things, and I'm surprised by how defensively solid he is. It's just that he's been rubbish in the box. Like all his metrics for us are similar to his metrics at Chelsea. Except he's not getting as many shots away in the box, and he's missing way more than he was missing. And he was missing a lot at Chelsea. So, but we need him. We need him to get some form. So, good start for him. Ramsdale.
Oh dear me.
Yeah.
We should get it. We should see if Ramsdale's dad wants to get on another podcast because that was something.
Did you see Arteta's face afterwards?
I wish I didn't know.
It was just like this fucking guy. Like his face was very much this fucking guy.
Think about the situation that has to happen for your dad to go on a podcast. So either one or two things has happened. Yeah. That's either like Ramsdale has
no.
His dad has either cleared it with Ramsdale, which is a fucking damning indictment on Ramsdale, or his dad is just acting of his own accord.
His dad is like this. He was doing these interviews
I feel so bad for Ramsdale.
He was doing these interviews when Ramsdale was, in good nick, like when he was in good form. So he's a very opinionated guy. But in general, I mean...
Yeah, sure, you can be opinionated. That doesn't mean you go on a fucking podcast when your son is like a Premier League player.
His quotes were taken out of context. No, to be fair, his quotes were taken out of context because he did say a lot about like supporting Rare and all of this. But the problem is, it doesn't.
Why is your dad going on a podcast?
That's exactly it. It's always going to be taken out of context. It's what the media does.
Yeah, like that's.
So don't give them anything.
You can't have your dad going on a podcast. That's insane.
No, he was talking about how Ramsdale has lost the joy in his game that he had earlier, and it's like, well, tough. I mean, this is what happened to Leno. Arteta is a psychopath like that. Like, he will love you until, he doesn't need you anymore, and then that's it. And I think last season, when Ramsdale gave away those goals towards the end of the season, it stuck. Mm-hmm. It stuck with Mikel, and he's like, okay. No, I
mean, he was lucky not to give away a few goals like that in this game. There was the clearance.
Right side off the line.
Declan cleared off the line.
Jesus Christ. He just stopped.
And then the fucking throw.
His head just exploded in that moment. It's like, I have... Who was it? I think it was Rice. Then he had...
It was Rice.
Gabriel.
Across,
he had Gabriel.
And he had Gabriel and Saliba.
Then that was another glitch. It's just... Yeah. He just stopped working. And Brentford should have scored. And Buemo probably should have passed it on, but you can't blame a guy when the net looks empty. But
you have to.
I had another one where he bounced the ball down. Did you see that one?
I have not seen a keeper. That's like a men's league throw fuck up from a guy who does not play in net very often. Like if you put me in net, I would make that throw.
The pressure's definitely.
I don't think I've seen that from a Premier League goalie.
The pressure's definitely got into him, and the narrative is Arteta has created this situation on himself. Like he's brought this, and which he has. But the problem is, there is always going to be pressure in that position. So if you can't deal with pressure, you're really just validating the manager for not backing you, because he should be coming in and performing to keep your place or to win your place back. Mm-hmm. It's making the decision easy.
Yeah. It's like no one can say that Arteta is not justified in starting David Raya over him after that performance.
Oh, I like Ramsey, I really do, but you have to. Your goalkeeper has to give you serenity, and sometimes he can be a little bit, I don't know, haywire.
Emotional.
Yeah, emotional is a better word. Yeah.
I feel like he'll be pushing for a move for sure. This summer. Yeah.
I think he's pushing for a move in January because he wants to go to
even as early as January.
Because Southgate's like, you need to be playing for me to for you to be in contention. I'm like, since when? But
Maguire got into every squad last season when he didn't
Phillips,
play a game.
I can even understand Maguire. Phillips is he's a fan at this point. And
I was gonna say he doesn't play.
You gotta bring on the mascots, right?
Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Let's move on quickly. Everton 0, Man United 3, and Jesus fucking Christ, have yourself a day, Alejandro Garnacho. What a fucking goal!
Yeah.
Perfect.
You gotta feel bad for Everton fans where they have this 10-point deduction. There's this huge build-up of emotion, as you would expect. They come into Goodison with like all these protests and stuff planned, and then they have the goal of the season dropped on them in about 2 minutes. That is the most Everton thing that I have ever seen happen. But
I love the fact
I've rewatched that goal so many times.
I love the fact that bicycle kicks always come as a result of a bad cross. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Like a cross been pulled a bit too far back, or a cross gets deflected or something.
Yeah. It was very...
God.
Yeah, it's always the imperfection that creates the moment. But, it was very Ronaldo versus Juve.
Yeah, that was like people kept comparing it in the studios and stuff to Rooney's bike against City, but I'm like, this looks like, sure, I get why, but this looks a lot more like the Ronaldo
Rooney
one.
shinned it. You know, it was a great moment. It's against Man City, but he shinned it. So the connection wasn't as clean. This was further out, I think. This was further out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was further out, bit past one of the posts, I think, whereas Rooney's was more central.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
when you score a goal like that, you're gonna be hyped for a week.
Yeah, there's no way he slept yesterday.
No way. If he is not getting posters, T-shirts, everything printed of that one photo of him in midair, which
side by side with his photo with Ronaldo. Yeah, he did the sui afterwards as well. Yeah.
Yep. You could think the moment he hit that, he was thinking,
I'm him. Yeah, I'm him. I'm Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah.
I actually hope Cristiano called him or did like a text on maybe Instagram saying, "Hey, nice goal, buddy." That would make his day.
Maybe we'll get a personal assistant to do it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but
I like Garnacho. I love his mentality because compared to the rest of your attackers, he's the one guy that has the right mindset. He's still a kid and he plays like a kid, right? Like he's very inconsistent, but I love the aggression he plays with compared to the other two that were playing today. Not today in that game. And hey, they both scored.
They scored, yeah. Give him props.
We got 3 goals out of forwards.
Yeah. Rashford got the Kai Havertz pity penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genuinely, when he stepped up to take it, I was worried. Yeah. But like, he is a good penalty taker, so roofed it. It was a good finish. But
is Højlund injured?
I was worried when I saw it.
Is he injured?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Okay.
He hurt his hamstring, I think, in the last game before the international break. So add that to the injury pile. It was good to see Luke Shaw back.
Yeah.
Get some actual drive from left back for the first time this season.
Where's Malacia?
He's hurt.
No, but
he got hurt same time as Shaw. Like I think it was a knee or something.
Jeez,
he's been out
because I can't remember the last time I saw him play.
I think he's expected back in December.
Because he hasn't played this season, right? Or
got hurt.
Okay.
Maybe in
pre-season
just before the first game or something. Yeah.
Okay.
And another thing was it was the first game this season for Kobe Mainu. And I really liked what I saw from him.
He had a
very tidy. We were not good. We were not good in the first half.
No.
And Mainu and Garnacho and Onana, in fairness, were the only things like holding us in.
Mainu was the one that cleared off the line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's very calm. He kept dropping in to make it a 3 back there. I've heard a lot about him. I saw him in preseason against us.
He was very good in preseason, and
got injured.
Then he picked up a bad ankle injury.
Yeah, he's very highly rated. I just, I can't remember the last time you had an academy product that had the right mindset to succeed. I mean, Rashford's been pretty successful, but I still see a bit of that academy softness in him mentally. Like, I hope first of all, I hope you guys take care of him. And
I fucking hope so.
But because you need a midfielder like that, because the other two, Casemiro Amrabat have been a bit.
Casemiro's like legs are dust. Yeah. Amrabat's been like I would like to see, because Manu spent a lot of that game covering for McTominay, who's doing his usual thing, running around.
He is terrible in midfield.
Brainless.
It's the worst type of midfield. He's just concerned about scoring goals. Like, he forgets to actually.
His thing is just like, where is the ball? I'm going to run to the ball, and I'm like, that's no. Please stop. But yeah, I would like to see him play next to Amrabat. I know Amrabat came on for him in this game as a sub, but I would like to see that combination, see how that goes.
United have, I think Onana has the most clean sheets this season. You know how crazy that is?
Oh, we're doing it to him, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're doing it again.
It's nuts. I think you guys have scored.
He also has the most saves in the league.
Which is not good. That's not a good stat.
No, it's not. It's not a stat you want to be. Clean sheets top, sure. Save stop, you don't want to be up there. But he's looked a lot better over the last month. I think he's rounded in a lot more. It's still the rebound control is still concerning. There's still too many rebounds going to good areas for forwards, but generally, fuck it, 3-0 win. I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, I was going to say you guys have scored the least goals in the top 12. I don't know how you're doing this.
0 goal differential.
Yeah, 0 goal differential.
Hey, we're finally back up to 0.
Yeah. Oh my goodness!
What a team!
Yeah. 6th place.
Oh my god!
You're only
6 points off top.
You was gonna say 4 points off Champions League spot. So I mean, United are actually a good spot there. But with Everton, I was gonna say they gotta stop playing Ashley Young.
He's not a fullback, man. He's not a good fullback. It's when he takes out Martial and he's like, "Get up," and it's like, you took him out. What do you mean, get up?
Oh, this was where Jim Beglin was at his absolute worst on commentary, and he was just like, "Oh, is it time? Is it?" And I'm looking at him like
he did not want to change. He didn't want to change because he was slating Martial for going down. And then he's looking at the evidence and he's like, he's gone down easily. There's not really a lot of contact. And I'm like, it's a penalty. Like, what are you talking about?
It was so bad. But surely Everton have to have someone else who can play right back other than Ashley.
They don't, do they? I mean, it was Seamus Coleman. Where is Seamus Coleman?
Oh, Coleman's hurt.
Injured, long-term injury.
Yeah, but Seamus Coleman's, he was a great
also
right
old
back.
at this point.
He was a great right back, but it's got to be 34, 35.
You know what? He was on the bench for this game. Coleman, he just didn't play.
Maybe he'll be back soon.
I don't know, man.
Either way,
he hasn't been great recently either. He's 35. He's a 35-year-old right back.
I mean, so that's on them.
Oh, so is Ashley Young actually the younger option this season? No, Young is 36, isn't he?
He's 36, right? Yeah, I think so.
That club
or even older.
Hey, Ashley old. Ashley old. Let's move on. Spurs 1, Aston Villa 2. Just an incredibly fun game. There were I think 5 offside goals in this one. Son had a hat-trick of offside goals.
I'd be fining him
and in the
3 weeks' wages. I'd be fining him 3 weeks' wages. Trust me.
Oh, but there were 3 offside goals by a combined half a foot.
Yeah.
It was brutal. It was incredibly funny. But
the last
in the
offside
end,
was really bad.
Villa.
Can't be offside there. It's just you're not paying attention. On the rebound, having been caught offside twice, that's just really poor.
That's when you make sure you're on. Yeah.
Exactly.
Villa coming away with the win in the end. Ollie Watkins with another goal this season. He had one ruled out for offside as well. I tell you what, this game was so much fun. I enjoyed myself immensely.
I'm loving it. I'm just loving it because every week we get a new Ange quote. What was the one this week? I keep hearing about all these managers that they don't have the players to play their style, and he's like, "Just do it, mate." And I'm like, "You've done nothing. You've done nothing."
In fairness,
I'm not
to
hearing
Ange,
this. I don't care.
He does just do it, mate.
It's stupid.
He's got Emerson Royale at centre back, and he's still playing the same way. I will. You can fault him on some
the
stuff.
high
sure,
line is
but
crazy.
you cannot fault him for sticking to it.
The
Like,
high line
he
is
does
crazy.
stick to his guns.
The high line is crazy. It's not good management. I'm sorry, it's not good coaching, especially with the players he has. When he had Van der Ven, it made sense.
Tony, it's
Van der Ven's
fun.
not there.
It's fun for me, and that's what matters. I'm enjoying myself.
The guy is a walking Nike advert. It's just buying shoes he can't afford. Defend, fix your defense, drop the line back a little bit. You know, adjust to the players that you have. Well, don't just do it.
Tony, I think he also said in that conference that he only read the book on attacking playstyles. He didn't read the defensive book. So
how did he get his freaking license?
Yeah. He's like, I only read that book. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Tony,
I would love to see you in a one-on-one interview with Ange Postecoglou, Tony. I would have. So I will pay whatever platform it's on. I will pay the subscription fees.
I'd love it.
I would love to see it.
Rip him apart. It's freaking. I mean, hey, listen. They love him in the press. He always gives them something, and I'm loving the results. Spurs are just dropping.
3 losses in a row.
3 losses in a row. Yeah.
They're missing that spine of the team. Van de Ven, Romero, Bissouma, Maddison, like right down the middle. Maddison was not quite down the middle, but that they have looked very lost without them. Like, I guess they'll get.
It's the two that they're missing, Maddison, but mostly Van der Ven. I think they're missing Van der Ven a lot.
Van de Ven is
because he's the one who made this line.
They're creating chances.
Yeah, he's the one that made this line possible, right? Playing this high line because he is super quick, so he covers ground very quickly. Who's in defense? Emerson and was it Dyer? Or
Dyer was on the bench.
Davies, right? I think it's Davies they play.
They play 2 fullbacks at center back.
Yeah, I think so.
It was Emerson and Davis. Yeah. Oh my god, 4 fullbacks. I love it. No, keep it going. Keep it going.
Keep it going, mate. Yeah,
I love this.
Yeah.
No, this is insane. It's fantastic. We need more of this bullshit.
Keep doing.
It's great for us. Yeah.
Yeah, keep doing it, mate.
This is on the flip side. Aston Villa are 4th. They are in the top 4.
2 points back.
They're making a genuine fight out of this right now. They've lost 3 games this season, but they've also won 9. They've won as many games as Arsenal.
United have not drawn a single game. Just look at the table. Yeah. This explains why you're where you are. Yeah, those draws do that.
We deal in absolutes.
Yeah. Villa have been good. The team is very much set up in the Emery model. To be fair, they weren't good in this game. Actually, it's just Spurs.
They were opened up several times.
Spurs,
but
as Keane said,
they also did put the ball in the net 3 times. 4 times because I think Pau Torres missed a chance. That's what it was. But they keep making it work. Douglas Luiz
I just remember Pau Torres is how you concede from the halfway line, like free kick from the halfway line, and their defensive line was so high. Yeah.
It was a decent cross in.
It's a great ball in, but you can't concede from you can't concede from there. Just before halftime as well. I'm looking forward to it. How long did Espirito Santo last after winning Manager of the Month? Yeah.
He was gone a few.
Espirito Santo was gone in 8 games total, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Sooner than I thought.
That's crazy.
He lasted 2 months then?
From Manager of the Month to sacked in 8 games. That's nuts. Yeah. Okay.
No. From winning Manager of the Month, it was 4 games. It was 8 games total.
Yeah, that's what I mean. From winning Manager of the Month to being gone after 8 games is crazy. Yeah. Anyway. He's in
Espirito Santo beat City.
He did.
Yeah.
Spurs are playing City soon, aren't they?
Yeah, they're playing City next, which usually means good things for them.
I have no idea how that game is going to go, honestly, because Spurs always find a way to beat City somehow. Yeah. So
but surely not with the way they're playing right now.
This time, yeah.
I feel like Pep will overthink it. It's just,
It's like, hey, we'll play the high line too, and we'll play
that high line.
Center back
surely,
as well. Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's move through the other games very quickly now. Nottingham Forest 2, Brighton 3. Brighton coming from behind in spite of a very stupid Lewis Dunk red card. I mean, if you're on a yellow, why are you getting in the referee's face and calling him a bell end? I don't care if the referee's a bell end. That will get your yellow upgraded to a red.
I think he thought he would get away with it because he's Lewis Dunk. There's some people like
There's
that.
a time and place to dunk on the referee. That was not it.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Tony's upset. Tony's
No,
not happy with that.
I thought Tommy was going to say something, but I think Tommy was just enjoying the part.
I just like Tony's reactions because he's always like, no.
Little eye roll stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Brighton, they were 3-1 in this game, and they almost blew it. You see De Zerbi at the end. He just runs out.
He almost hurts himself in the
mean,
process. He slips as he's doing the celebration.
Get that man some cleats.
Again,
Like, those
another
shoes are not
refereeing
built for
decision
grass.
against him. By the way, sidebar, Arteta is, he's been charged for his comments on the referees, right? De Zerbi straight up says, I don't like 80% of the referees. They're not good. And nothing. And it's like, it's De Zerbi. Whatever. It's like, that's odd. But,
Wait, did he not get a one match ban? No?
Nope. He said he was on the.
He has had
he
a
was
ban
there.
at some point.
No, that was before, but I mean this time.
That was before,
For this,
though,
Okay.
He
He
got-
did for something else. Okay.
yeah, for this, they said nothing. I just found that odd. I'm like, yeah, I didn't know that was allowed. More managers should speak their mind in that sense, except Arteta. But
Hey, I mean, that's the first win for Brighton in a while.
Yeah,
But
much
they
needed.
desperately needed that. Keeps them in 8th, I guess, because all the teams around them won as well. Luton beating Palace 2-1. You see that, Jordan Ayew? This is what happens. Just know your fucking place.
okay,
Piece of shit.
Well, I don't think he played.
exactly.
so-
That's exactly
yeah.
what I was gonna say. It just proves
And
they
if
need
he
more
had played,
IU.
if he had
They'd have
played,
won.
they would have lost even worse. He's rubbish.
He came off the
He's
bench.
rubbish.
He came off the
Well,
bench. Yeah.
Did he come to the bench? Like they.
So he was on the field for the winner then.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
All right, that explains so much.
Yeah.
They could have had a point here. Am I mad that my $2 bet to make $80 rested on this game? And rested on
Well, wait, whose fault is this if you're betting $2 on Jordan Ayew? This is your fault. The joke's on you.
Hey,
Yeah.
No.
You know what we just found
Jordan
out,
Ayew
Tommy?
was on the
This
bench.
is what this
Jordan
is what
Ayew was on
this
the
is what we
bench.
just found out, Tommy.
Jordan Ayew
There
was
is
on the bench.
secretly a Jordan
That
Ayew
is
fan.
why. No.
He's
How
secretly
dare
a
you?
Jordan
I
Ayew
should
fan.
leave
Tony,
this
I
podcast
think you-
right now.
Tony, you
you
made
can
your
edit
mind.
it yourself. You can edit this podcast yourself. You can put it out yourself.
Yeah.
I
You may have
will
unlocked
fucking
something there,
quit.
Tony, eh?
I
Yeah.
will quit
It
if this is the
explains so much.
accusation.
It explains
How
so much.
dare you?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a
How
jersey
dare you.
in that closet there somewhere, or that's hidden
Yeah.
at the bottom?
And it's a Ghana
How-
jersey as well.
These accusations are fucking hideous.
Yeah.
What have I ever said to you to warrant this kind of accusation? Hideous. Horrible. Here I thought you were my friends.
I didn't bet.
Disgusting.
I didn't bet $2
Heinous.
on Jordan Ayew winning a football match. I would never
You
do
know-
that.
No. I bet $2 because he was on the bench. I thought they'd seen sense.
Hey, they
Yeah.
gave it a go at the end.
I thought they'd
hit
seen sense.
they
Then
hit the
they bring him
crossbar a
on.
couple
They bring him
times
on
late
and
in
they
the game.
lose.
They did the crossbar.
Yeah.
Olise's goal was really nice. I mean, Luton are the only one that are actually trying of the teams that
Luton
came up.
are actually good at home.
yeah.
They actually tighten themselves up at home, which is the perfect thing to do as a newly promoted team. Make sure you're tough to beat at home. Pick up the points wherever you can. And, surprise, surprise, Luton are the only ones outside the relegation zone.
I'm just looking at that
Yeah.
table now. Jesus Christ, look at Burnley. But the consensus was that this is the season for Everton to get a points deduction because the other teams are weak. They're now 5 points from safety after Luton's win.
They got time. They got time.
Yeah,
Still, it's one.
You would think.
one win, and they're right there. Yeah.
yeah, but they need to get that win. Anyway,
we also had Burnley, the aforementioned Burnley, dropping a game at home to West Ham 2-1, conceding a late equaliser and an even later winner after leading in this game through a Jay Rodriguez penalty. Burnley have 0 points at home. They're doing the opposite of what Luton are doing, and we can see how well it's working out for them so far. Like, I have run out of things to say about Vincent Kompany's Burnley. It's the same shit.
I mean, they were actually 1-0 up until late in the game. They were. It looks like they were actually going to get the 3 points for once, and then they decided not to mark anyone on free kicks. If they ever do.
They are terrible from set pieces. And the funny thing is, they have a set piece coach on the sidelines. So I don't know what he's doing. Because, watch, every time there's a set piece for or against Burnley.
What a fucking job to have.
Is it the same guy that the Everton hired to watch their finances? He's also the set piece coach for Burnley? No? Same guy?
Premier League appointed set piece coach.
Yeah. He's not earning his bread. I would say that much. Yeah.
No. Nope. And we had to watch another Suchek celebration circling around, is whatever that is. The helicopter, is that what you call it? I don't know.
I didn't see this.
I'm getting sick of seeing that celebration.
He scored against Poland, no?
Did he score against Poland?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering where the Suchek hate was coming from all of a sudden, but that explains it. And lastly, we had Sheffield United losing 1-3 at home to Bournemouth, but this does bring us.
This tennis losing 1-3. Yeah.
I don't know why I said it like that. That's how I had it written down. I am nothing without my piece of paper.
Okay.
But an interesting vote happened in the Premier League this week. The issue of multi-club ownership and loans from players owned by the same sort of ownership group was brought up to the Premier League, and the motion to ban loans from clubs that within the same ownership group was struck down. It lost. It needed 14 votes to pass. It only got 12. Obviously, the biggest beneficiary of this is Newcastle, because this means that they can now sign players on loan from other clubs owned by the Saudi Public Investment Fund.
Yeah.
So, Ruben Neves in January, back on the table.
I mean, he's adamant he's not going anywhere. But,
Sure.
When does their season run, the Saudi League? Is it the same as European? It must be different, right?
I know nothing about the Saudi League.
It's probably... I would assume it's the same, because you don't want to be playing outside in the summer.
Okay. Yeah, and they want to play Champions League next season.
Yeah, so it makes no sense really for them to do the loan. If they're in season.
It doesn't.
Brother,
it's not about what makes sense.
No. These clubs are controlled by the Public Investment Fund. Yeah. You don't give a shit about which player is at which club.
Yeah.
They just want the player at a Public Investment Fund club.
Yeah.
They're like, if Ronaldo's in Newcastle, if Ronaldo's in Riyadh, it makes no difference to them.
No, I meant for the player. Yeah, I meant for the player. But...
For the player? Would you rather be in the European Champions League or the Asian Champions League from January onwards?
They've already made their choice. That's clear where they want to be at.
Well, they want their bread.
Want to be where
they want
money
their
is.
money.
They're getting the same money wherever they go.
Yeah.
And the way this is going to work is now Newcastle could, let's say, sign whatever Ronaldo's fucking weekly wages are. Sign him on loan. But then they don't have to report the wages on their book. They can just be like, oh, it's a loan, but they're covering...
Exactly.
That Saudi League is covering the wages. Other clubs with, a lot of clubs are under multi-ownership models. Some of the clubs that did vote to strike this down are clubs that are more looking to the future, more likely, like Burnley or something like that. Burnley, Sheffield United, that sort. But, yeah, I don't like that
Chelsea were against
going to be a thing.
Are you under a multi-club ownership, Tommy?
You
were.
We just bought Strasbourg.
Yes.
Our ownership of Strasbourg.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't know how you'd benefit from that, but...
I think it's more just talent pool, you know what I mean? They feel like there's going to be a lot of talent pool in France and kind of getting first pickings through there. And
I mean, City makes... Sorry, go on.
I think that's one of the appeals for this, right? Is you go into a smaller market, you get a team like this, let's say from an ownership point of view, and saying, okay, we can offer these players, hey, sign for, say, Strasbourg. Maybe you play for Chelsea down the road, we can kind of hook you up, and maybe they get talent that way. Or, for example, you have players not your team. Hey, we're loaning you here to Strasbourg. Get some game time. We'll come back when you're ready. I think that's kind of a little bit of appeal from a player standpoint, or coaching standpoint. You know what I mean? Where you can get game time and maybe get talent. Maybe.
But yeah, from like a league standpoint, I really don't like it.
No,
I can see why it got shot down by certain clubs, because certain clubs have vested interests, but yeah, it's a dangerous path to start going down, I think.
It is, yeah. Unsurprisingly, the clubs, the Premier League, they don't seem to be able to come together to make any, united decision. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, everyone's just looking out for themselves, which, I just think in the long run it kind of threatens the structure and integrity of the league, but nobody seems to care. So we'll see what happens. Some random clubs in there. Didn't expect Wolves and Burnley to vote in favor. Burnley.
Yeah, no one's quite sure what Wolves are doing in there, because the article I read was like, Wolves are the only team that their ownership isn't currently trying to buy anyone new, and they're not associated with anyone else right now. Yeah, little greased up those wheels a little bit. Yep.
Some friends in high places.
Put some of that PIF money to good
They
use.
did get a lot of money from a Saudi club in the Neves deal, so yeah.
Got a lot of money from City for who'd City sign for?
Nunez. Yeah, Matthias Nunez.
Oh, Nunez, right.
He's not been good, but yeah,
they got the money though.
They got the money, yeah. So explains a lot. Yeah, they want to keep their friends happy.
Fuck it. 116th charge. Let's go.
Yeah. We're still waiting on that, by the way.
Still, we'll be. Something tells me, it's gonna be a while. When it happens, I expect 1,150 point deduction.
Yes.
You're going 10 points per charge.
Tommy's saying nothing because Chelsea have been charged as well.
Roman Abramovich might have fucked Chelsea over here.
Yeah, how far will we be relegated? How far down?
City versus Chelsea in like the Vanarama League or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be playing with Salford City in the sort, or are they higher up than us?
Salford City are in League 2 now.
Oh, they're higher up. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on this. I'm not a fan of these multi-club ownerships and all that. Like we see it. Who was it in Germany? Leipzig and who are the two teams that
Salzburg?
Leipzig, Salzburg.
And
it's
Salzburg.
all the Red Bull teams.
Yeah, all the Red Bull teams, right? And UEFA's allowed them. They're like, hey, no problems. You guys can all compete in Champions League and stuff like this. So I feel like they're not going to be stopped. You know what I mean? Like, no one's going to stop this from happening. So it's going to continue. Big clubs will continue to do this. We're seeing Premier League clubs now, like guys like potentially Burnley, like you said, who may be looking to do something like this. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but I get why they're doing it. You know what I mean? It's just another avenue to get players, money, like whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Well, depressing note to end on. Any quick predictions for the Monday Premier League game? Wolves against Fulham. Tommy, what you got?
Wolves against Fulham. Every time I've bet on Fulham, they have let me down. Is it Wolves at home?
No, Fulham's at
home. All right, I'm going to bet on Fulham again. Fulham 1-0. Yeah.
Tony?
I always say 1-1, so I'm going to say 1-0 Wolves. Yeah.
I'm feeling a Wolves win in this one, mostly because Tommy has bet on Fulham, and Fulham always let him down. 2-1 to Wolves for me. But with that being said, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 442. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. As always, thank you for joining me, Tommy.
Cheers, guys. Hopefully next week is a better week for Chelsea.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, you guys.
Thank you for joining me.
You guys have a Champions League match this week, eh? Must win for United. Is that this week?
We won't.
Yeah.
We won't. It's away to Galatasaray. We won't. Thank you for joining me, Tony.
Yeah, good stuff, boys. As always, enjoyed the chat.
And thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.